Hello, what's up, and welcome to another episode of Jump Inside Games. And today we are doing the series Jump Inside, and basically we are doing the game Planet Zoo. In case you don't know what this episode's about, basically I've played 2 hours of a video game, and I'm going to cut down it into a lovely 10-minute video giving you all the best bits that I've experienced while playing the game. Does that sound like an idea? Brilliant. Well, let's get into it. Okay, so we first start off with character customization, and just to give you a quick little pointer out, you're not really going to be using this character, so don't be too bothered about how this character looks. You're not going to see him at all during the game. We are going to start off in sandbox mode, so without no further ado, let's get into that and tell you about the options. And in the options, we have different biomes. We have desert, grassland, tropical, temperate, taiga, and tundra. Now, depending what zone you want to work in, you can select which location when you select the zone. So, for example, we select temperate and we have the option of working in Asia, Europe, Oceania, or North America. Now, different locations will give you a slightly different option of what to work with, but not too much. So, without no further ado, we're going to start off with Europe, and then we're going to select our difficulty, and then we're going to start the game off. Now, when you start the game off, you're going to start to notice that a lot of the path creation is very similar to the game Planet Coaster. So if you've played the game Planet Coaster, you're going to start recognizing how to build a path very, very quickly. I'm not going to go into all the path controls. Basically, there is angle snap. You can decide what length you want it. You can decide what width you want it, and you can create the path to pretty much how you want it. If you want to use right angles, you can go in depth and use right angles. However, I'm not going to do that on this park. There is lots of things you can do to this path. It's very, very simple to use, and this is going to be absolutely great for customers just to walk along. Now, one of the things that I found out by mistake when I first started playing this game is I started off straight away by trying to build an animal zone that I could put all my animals into. So I built a wall and I built a box and to try to test out to see how animals actually work in this game. To which I discovered I had actually no idea what I was doing. I went through all the menus and I selected loads of different things, and I just had no clue how to actually bring animals into this park, and I had no idea how staff worked. The staff was a little bit easier to use because I could just hire staff, but the animals, I couldn't quite figure out exactly how to get them inside these zones. So I'll walk you out how I did that right now. So I need a trade center. So I went to the blueprints and I found out that there was a trade center inside here. So I built the trade center. While having the trade center, I was able to decide what animals I wanted and click the adopt button. It's pretty much that simple. Now, I thought this was a pretty easy drop command of bringing animals into here, which that is not the way to do it. So I tried, first of all, just clicking on this zone and trying to bring animals into here, which I could do, except I was missing a simple key ingredient. So in this game, staff have to actually bring the animals into the zones, and to do that, they need to access these zones. And for them to do that, they need doors. So I built a door and I hired some staff, and basically those staff were able to bring these animals into these zones. Now, that's all well and good. I was able now to bring animals inside pens. So the next difficult thing for me was, let's see how far advanced I can get this. Let's see how good of a park I can create. So I built a brand new park and decided to get creative with some paths. I like rectangles, so I built some rectangles going off other rectangle paths. I've decided I wanted to get at least 3 animals to begin with inside this park, and that's just what I did. So I designed the path in such a way that I liked the look of, made sure it was all right-angled perfection to my liking, and that's when I started building my animal pens and started bringing the animals inside. However, this time round, what I wanted to do was make sure I've got a whole staff area going, so I decided to build loads of staff rooms. There's loads of different options in staff rooms, so I decided to create them all and create them on these staff-only paths, which I very much like the look of, because now you get to have paths that only staff can access. So this could be very creative for those who want a staff area that you don't want your customers to walk on. Then I decided to build my first pen, and this first pen was going to be the African wild dog pen. I included some furniture inside here to make it look very nice for them to live in. However, while building this, I noticed that one of the wild dogs was able to destroy one of the gates, meaning that these gates are actually destroyable unless maintenance is involved. Now, because it was that simple for them to break the fence, I had to figure out a way to make this a permanent solution. So I decided I'm gonna build an even stronger gate. So I decided to build a glass gate because it has the resistance level of 4, which is a lot stronger than the one I was using, which was a 1. The next thing that I had a problem with was building the tiger location. All right, I know that I want to build a strong resisting wall, which was easy to do. However, there was a problem with that. Basically, the tigers jump over the wall and scare customers away, as they would. So yes, the glass barricade doesn't really do anything to the tigers. So I had to find a way to stop the tigers from doing that. And turns out you can make the actual walls taller. So check mark on both. We can make tall walls and we can make them reinforced, depending on what species we want to keep in where. And for this final location, I was able to build tall barricades that were strong, and this is the place where I kept the elephants. Now, I really wanted to learn how to build a safari track so people could get into a vehicle and ride around the park. This was actually quite fun to discover that I could actually do. Now, it's very simple. All you need to do is have a gate and then have the ride that you want, and then be able to push that ride through the gate. So you start off with the ride, create some tracks, and then attach it to the gate, and then keep going and decide how you want to build it. Now, I really just wanted to build the basics of this and then really design this up into my next park. So what I did is I placed the vehicle down, I got some doors worked all the way around here, put all the animals inside, and then allow the customers to take the ride to travel through this safari zone. It's not actually a safari zone, obviously, but I'm just practicing still to get used to the whole game. So as you can imagine, if I did another go at this, that'd probably look a lot better. One thing I did skip was the power situation. Yes, basically what I had to do is I have to put power down. And one of the things that definitely helps out with that was having a transformer. When placing a transformer down, you spread power all around the park. It kind of looks like this. And it kind of has a blue circle, and anywhere inside that blue circle has power. Now, if you want to pick this game up, you can play it on PC. However, if you've got a console, you'll be able to play this after the 26th of March 2024, because it's going to be brand new to consoles, which I'm very much excited for, so console players can play this game as well. Now, before I end the video, I just want to show you one more thing. When you get used to this game, you get used to all the controls and you're an expert of designing parks, you can create parks that look like this. This is one of the first parks you see when playing the game in career mode. This is something that you could possibly build. It looks absolutely fantastic. It looks really nice. And you can see there are some awesome things that I didn't even touch upon when just starting out. And this game looks and feels excellent. And you can kind of see how things are designed over here and how the game actually performs. And yeah, it's awesome. Now, one thing I want to see from the developers of this game, from Planet Zoo, is that they also made a game called Planet Coaster. If you're unfamiliar with it, it's a place that you can make a theme park and loads of roller coasters. And it's really, really cool. If you haven't heard of it, I'd urge you to check it out if you like building theme parks. So maybe you could go through a zoo and then end up at a theme park at the end of the zoo tour. That would be really cool. I wonder if they would do that. Anyway, there you go. There's the video for you right there. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. You've been watching Jump Inside. I've been Seb, and I will see you guys on another Jump Inside video. Goodbye.